Hello everyone, today I'm here to review maybe the most anticipated movie of the year, definitely my most anticipated movie of the year, Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm incredibly excited to talk about this movie. This will be a non-spoiler review, so if you have not seen the film yet, feel free to watch this video, hear my thoughts, and so I will not be spoiling this movie. I will be lightly alluding to things, but I will try my best to make sure I do not spoil anything. I was very excited for this movie. I'm incredibly excited to talk about it. So, without further ado, Hugh Jackman's return to Wolverine after 7 years. Ryan Reynolds returned to Deadpool after 6 years. First R-rated entry in the MCU. A lot to talk about. Let's get into things. Couple of negative thoughts here I just have to be honest about. This movie is a lot of movie. It feels like almost every idea they had was accepted. And because of that, it is a nerd's dream. It is a fan service, intense movie. Sometimes it messes with the pacing for a bit. And this one isn't as much of an issue for me, but it's definitely going to be a bit harder for more casual fans, people who just like the Deadpool movies as comedies to get into. And then, sometimes some of the jokes wouldn't work for me. Occasionally the VFX were a little off, just some minor criticisms. My only real big one is the fact that definitely this is a lot of stuff. Sometimes it messes with the pacing. It's going to hurt some casual audiences. But as someone who is not a casual audience and is a big freaking nerd, that didn't really affect me that much. But now on to the positives of the film. First off, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are just perfect here. Ryan Reynolds still brings all the comedy, all the sad clown elements to Deadpool. He's a lot of great emotional scenes with the cast, but he's also hilarious consistently throughout. He's still perfect at this role. Nothing has changed. He's great. Hugh Jackman gives his, the performance isn't as good as Logan, but this is his best non-Logan performance as Wolverine ever. He brings seriousness, comedy, emotion. He's fantastic. He's never been better as a more comic booky version of this character. This whole movie is like a comic book come to life with the fantastic costumes, fun cameos, all the really engaging sequences. This movie's got a killer soundtrack, which very, very often mixes with some awesomely directed action sequences to make some of the most fun and memorable movie sequences of the year, especially one at the very beginning and one near the very end. The movie's really, really funny. I'd say about 75% of the jokes landed for me. I was laughing all throughout. I really like the emotional scenes too, especially the ones involving Logan. I thought were fantastic. And this movie did some great character work. It's 2 hours, but I feel like works pretty well. The movie doesn't feel like it's dragged on too long. I love how it ties into the MCU in only a few minor ways, but for the most part, it is really a Fox movie, which I love. As I said, the cameos work really well for me because they not only tie into the plot and aren't just one-off, they also tie into the movie's themes. The movie's themes about how our failures and our good and bad mistakes of the past are part of who we are, and what we have to do is accept that those are part of who we are and learn from them. And not only is that an arc for several characters of the movie, that is also the thesis of the movie regarding, the past Fox Marvel movies. That era of Marvel movies where we'd get a lot of good, but also a lot of bad. This movie has a ton of respect for them and makes note that even though a lot of people would like to try and forget them, write them off, they are still important to what Marvel is today. People still put a lot of love and effort into those movies, and that love and effort is also very clear in this movie, that there's a lot of passion for those older Marvel movies. It's very respectful and very, very sweet, especially whenever they pay tribute to it. It's a nerd's dream with so many things, it's like a comic book come to life. There's so many things I've wanted to see in live action brought to this epic live action movie. It's so much fun. It's really funny. The gore and action is just as intense as it's been in the other ones. It's a lot of fun. It's a bit messy. It's got some runtime issues, but it's still so much fun. You're probably not going to enjoy it as much if you're more of a casual Deadpool fan, but if you were a Marvel nerd, strap in. It's a great time. I would give Deadpool and Wolverine a 9 out of 10. Hope you guys liked my video. Coming up soon in the future are reviews for Trap and Alien Romulus and Batman Caped Crusader. Hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you all then. Bye for now.